and welcome to this video on what is an Agile Coach. Let's go ahead and start with some quick introductions. My name is Tad Beatty. I'm an Agile Strategy Manager with AGILEST. I've got over 20 years of IT experience working in the Microsoft suite of development tools. I've got an MCP in querying Microsoft SQL Server 2016, and I'm a Certified Safe Program Consultant, or SPC, which is your top-level scaled Agile certification for coaching. The company that I work for is AGILEST. We started under this name in 2013. We became a gold partner with Scaled Agile in 2017, and we are one of the most recognized names in Agile certification and consulting. So with the introduction set aside, let's start talking about what an Agile Coach is. If you're going to be doing an Agile transformation, you need Agile coaches at multiple levels within your organization to make this transformation successful. So we'll talk about what each of these roles are and how each of them is specialized, but let's go ahead and jump in and start talking about what they actually do. So as far as skill sets, you can see down here a list of 10 things that are common skills that coaches would be using. And again, with these Agile coaches, we want them at the team level, we want them kind of at your organization level, so multiple teams working together to provide some sort of coordination. And then at the very top, you need somebody at the enterprise level if you're doing an enterprise level transformation that's coordinating your transformation across the entire organization to make sure that you're not getting a patchy or inconsistent result from your transformation. So what levels do we look at? So there's 3 different types for the Agile Coach that we have. The first is your team facilitation coach. This is the people that are working day-to-day alongside the teams, making sure that the teams are doing their development and that they're getting the best results out of that Agile transformation. Next up is an Agile Coach. This will work with multiple teams, and they'll be working with team facilitation coaches to provide some sort of scaling towards your organization. And then at the very top, we have the Enterprise Agile Coach. This, again, is your top-level coach that'll provide overall guidance to the transformation. They'll help you figure out how to make your transformation take place, make sure that it's being applied evenly across your organization, and that you're getting consistent, high-quality results. So let's start back at the beginning with the team facilitation coach. This is, again, somebody that works on a team. If you're going to be doing Scrum, this is known as the Scrum Master on the team. So they'll be facilitating Scrum ceremonies, they'll be coaching and guiding and mentoring the teams, they'll be working alongside your dev team members, building up a relationship with the product owner on the team, and kind of helping them become a lot stronger as a group. So they'll help them guide them through Tuckman stages of group development, out of the forming and the storming stages into the norming and performing states. So they provide that first level of organization. So these people work on a daily basis with the teams to make sure your team level integration is going as smoothly as possible. So why do you need these people? You need someone to help organize the team, get them focused, and make sure they're following the Agile ceremonies. Otherwise, there will be a tendency to slip back into some old waterfall style behaviors. We don't want the team to go back into that. We also want to build up this team mentality rather than a like number of individuals working independently. Now, at the next level is your Agile Coach. If you start having multiple teams running Agile, each one's going to have a tendency to do it in its own way, and you end up with basically Monty Python's 100-yard dash for people with no sense of direction. Everyone's sprinting, but they're going their own direction. An Agile Coach will keep this under control, because what they'll do is provide consistent guidance. They'll coach, guide, and mentor your team facilitation coaches and make sure that at least across their area, everything is being implemented the same way. They'll also coordinate with other Agile coaches in the organization to make sure that we're still getting consistent results. So why do we need this? Again, as we start to scale up, you need to make sure we're keeping all the cats herded and going in the right direction. So everybody goes in the same direction, and that Agile coach acts as that guide and mentor to the set of teams there. So we want them helping the facilitation coaches also grow, because those team facilitation coaches still need training and coaching and guidance. Now, again, at the very top of this is your Enterprise Agile Coach. So this is somebody who's going to be working with your top level executives. This should be the first person you bring on if you're thinking about a scaling transformation. You want somebody here so that you can go through the steps of implementing your Agile process and have them in at the very beginning to provide strategic direction and organization. Now, these people need to know some of the main organizational or scaled Agile organization processes that are out there. So if you want to scale up Agile in some framework, then you need to know what those are. So here are some of the ones that are most common. LESS, or Large Scale Scrum. You've also got SAFe, or the Scaled Agile Framework, which is what I operate in, and then Disciplined Agile Delivery, or DAD. Those are the main ones that we see out in the field. So you're going to want your Enterprise Agile Coach to know at least one of those, preferably more. That way, as you start encountering challenges or organizational resistance, your Enterprise Agile Coach acts as that front line. So again, with the Enterprise Agile Coach, you need to make sure you've got an overall vision. Otherwise, it's going to be chaos as you try to implement, especially if you do this at a team level without any sort of structure or coordination between your teams. They're all going to scatter and go their own direction, and then you've got some teams who are using user stories, some that are just still doing requirements documents, some that are using Scrum or Fall, some that are trying to do completely independent Agile. You may have documentation issues. The Enterprise Agile Coach will make sure that there is some sort of guidance and coordination across your entire enterprise as you're making this take place. And it is absolutely critical, again, that you find people with experience that have done this before, ideally outside your organization. You can grow them from inside, but the recommendation is that somebody in the organization that's done one of these transformations elsewhere so they can apply that within your company or your organization. So as for experience levels, these are the things that we often recommend when we're coming into companies. With your Scrum Masters or your team facilitation coaches, you need at least a third of them have done this before. You don't want to hire a whole bunch of kids right out of college and have every single Scrum Master be brand new to the process. You want some experienced coaches in there at the team level, so some of your teams are really moving forward because they've got good experienced Scrum Masters who've seen this before at the helm. Agile coaches. All of these people need to have previous experience. You can't just start this from scratch. Whether it's somebody who's been an experienced Scrum Master for years at a time and you want to convert them into an Agile coach, absolutely, that's what you can do. But don't bring these people in just blind and brand new out of this or only with an academic background in this. You need people with experience. And then your Enterprise Agile Coach, again, you need somebody who's gone through this before. This role is a linchpin for making your enterprise transformation successful. All right, so we've kind of given you an idea on what you're looking at here as far as your enterprise Agile transformation. So now you've seen it at the team level, and then kind of at a division level, and then all the way across your enterprise. I hope you find this helpful, and check us out for more videos. All right, bye everybody.